I should be up now. So if you want to check and make sure I have audio, that'd be awesome. Okay. Yeah, check if I have sound. If not, I don't know what I'm going to do about it, but at least I'll know. Good. Love that. Up the stairs they come.
How do I get over there?
Right through the middle.
Oh, you do? You screwed me right now.
You want me banging on stuff?
Yeah. Locker room is over there.
Oh.
And so Nate smartly went this way. We went all the way.
They tried to convince Nate to climb over the glass to get into the bench, so at least they're not doing that to you. Yep, it's up. Yeah, I don't want to have to work while I'm here. I don't want you to tip over. home screen. Yes, on YouTube. Yep. Youth Hockey Live is what it's under. You're welcome. I won't know any of your guys' names, but you'll hear all our players' names if you're watching.
That's a little biased.
I know.
You still got a couple seconds to learn all of the names.
You give me a line chart and I'll have it down by the second period. Just saying. I'm pretty good at what I do. Unless there's a full line brawl. The first game I ever did play-by-play for was a juniors team. And started the second period, I'm finally getting the hang of it. Like, I've got the other team's lines down, I'm getting it. Full out bench cooling fight. Half the teams are kicked out. Both teams' coaches are kicked out. And now I have to start from scratch, figure out who's playing with who. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Evelyn Hippodrome for the River Lake Stars versus Roseville Mahtomedi Marauders. Sounds like the stream's working. We've got audio going, which is great. Stars yesterday lost to Blaine 0-1. The Marauders had a win this morning. All right, we got Balloon, Akerson, Barton, Hepner, Prosser, and Peterson out there for the Stars. Balloon pushes that face-off forward into the Marauder zone. Picked up by the defenseman, played up the far side wall. Pass out in the neutral zone, intercepted by Prosser at center ice. She plays it forward to Akerson. Akerson backhands it into the zone. Barton gets a stick on that and falls down into the boards hard. Picked up by the Marauders, the blue line. Out in the zone by Akerson. She gets it to Barton. Barton can't get a shot out. Now Barton gets a shot, glove saved by the goalie, and she'll hold on to it. Oh, we got a full right goalie in net here for the Marauders. Don't see that too often at the 12U level. Hard to get youth equipment in that size, so a lot of those goalies play the wrong-handed. Face off, pulled back by the Balloon to the point. Hepner fires a shot high in the air, blocker save from the goalie. Puck comes to the near side half wall. Held in by Prosser, pushed back down to the corner. Barton will give chase. Puck brings it on the far side half wall, picked up by the Marauders, but held in by Hepner. Played down to the corner, now pass across ice by the Marauders. And out to the neutral zone. Back into the defensive zone. Prosser fires it forward, back into the neutral zone. Picked up by the Marauders at center ice. Passed across, but Hepner's there for it. Hepner skates it into the zone. Has it tipped off of her stick and into the corner. Puck sits behind the net, the Marauders played up to the far side. Skating across the blue line up towards center ice. Puck's deflected by Emery. Pushed in wide of the net by Hagman. Fired along the wall, bounces off to the dash and down onto the girl and stays in the zone. Garner fires the centering pass, goes past Hagman, picked up by the Marauders. They've skated across center ice, through the blue line, into the zone, held wide by Wagner. Centering attempt deflected by Wagner. Goes to the end wall. Wagner pins her up against the wall. Emily Prosser steps in to help out. Puck sneaks out and Hagman will grab it. Fired across to Garner. Garner plays it forward into the neutral zone. Picked up there by the Marauders. Dump that puck in. It's going to go ring around the boards. Come all the way around to the near side corner where Wagner can find it. Grab it, rings it behind the wall. Dolly's going to skate up onto it at the half wall, move it out into the neutral zone. Dump back in by the Marauders, picked up by Wagner. She'll skate it out to center ice. She's going to dump it. Marauders find it in the near side corner. Pinned up by Martinka. Right up the wall by the Marauders. Just out in the neutral zone, pass Prosser. And the Marauders step it into the zone, but Hepner slows her down there. Puck's along the wall, sliding in towards the half wall. Now pulled out by the Marauders. Centered. Puck's deflected in the feet, and now chopped out of there by Prosser. Shot on the half wall, blocked by Hepner. Full pass across, but line change going on, so nobody was there for it. Now dumped back in by the Marauders. Picked up on the far side corner by Hepner. Played up the wall to Davis. Davis chops it off the wall and gets it to Akerson. Akerson in the zone with Balloon with her. Tries to cut a backhand shot in. Off the goalie, bounces through the crease. And now off to the side. Pass attempt out the point. Held in by Prosser. But then off the Marauders shin pad. Now to the neutral zone. Dolly gets back onto it. Keeps it in the neutral zone. Barton lost an edge again. She needs her skate sharpened. Puck brought in by the Marauders. Pressure put on by Akerson. She's going to pull her down for a hooking call.
Stop, please.
Or a holding call, I guess we're getting. All right, the Stars will go on the penalty kill. 13:34 remaining in the first period. For this first penalty kill, we've got Prosser, Dolly, Wagner, and Barton. Puck pulled up the point by the Marauders, past the near side. She'll skate it down the wall. Drops that puck back. Now pass across to the point. Shot from out far. Blocker saved by Peterson. Rebound goes behind the net. Rider skated forward. Pass across to the far side. She skates in. Throws a shot through the crease. Now Emery's going to find it. Skated up the near side wall. She has trouble with it. Puck stays in the zone. Now dump back out to the corner. Wagner gets onto it. Knocks that girl down going for it. Comes beside the net. The Marauders skate it out. Pass it out to the point. She skates in. Up the wall with it. Pass beside the net. Centering attempt. The net is off. What are we doing? The net's almost sideways and the ref's just staring at it. But now we get the whistle. I don't know if you can get more off the moorings than that. The bad part is once it starts coming off, she's hard on her post, so that thing's going to pop off the rest of the game.
Use the points, girls.
All right, we got Balloon out there. Taking the draw for the Stars. Puck sits underneath her. Martinka steps in to find it. Leaves it on her feet. Gets it to Hepner. Hepner throws it out to the point. Held in by the Marauders. She skates forward with it. Tries to center it. Puck sits underneath. Now Balloon will find it. She skates forward with it. Out in the neutral zone. Across center ice. Into the zone. Fires a shot right into the waist of the goal in front of her. Gets back onto it behind the net. Now the Marauders move it out to the neutral zone. Hepner gets a stick on it to keep it in center ice. Now dumped back in by the Stars. There's in the far side corner, moving up the far side wall. Passed out to the neutral zone. It's intercepted there. Now Prosser with the puck. She turns back. Chips it off the wall out in the neutral zone. The Marauders will pick it up. Pass forward by the Marauders at center ice. Intercepted by Emery Prosser. Emery skating with speed up the near side. Into the zone. Cuts wide, puck bounces up on her, and she's got it pinned in the corner. She'll skate out of the corner with it to the far side corner. Tries to pass out in the neutral zone. Willa Prosser back to find that puck, hits the brakes in the corner, moves it forward to Garner. Garner bangs off the board, but can't get out of the zone. Marauders step in from the blue line, move the puck forward, but Hepner's there for it. Hepner moving the puck forward, off of Hagelin, sticking out to center ice. Back to Hagelin now. She leaves it for Hepner, who skates it forward. stays there. Puck banged off the wall on the far side. And we get an icy call. Face off down in the Marauder zone. Nope, we don't want that dart. Face off, pull back for the point, goes off Dolly, sticking out to the neutral zone. Pass across to Wagner. Wagner passes forward across to Davis. Davis brings it into the zone. She'll fire a shot wide of the net. Picked up by Balloon, chopped off the boards. Doesn't come out of the zone. Davis skates onto it into the corner. Behind the net. Centers. Puck pushed out of there by the Marauders into the corner. Now they try to get out of the zone. Held in by Wagner. She fires it to the far corner. Puck picked up by Davis. She whacks it. Goes behind the net. Pressure put on by Davis. Slows it down. I think we got a stick on that to turn the puck back towards the Marauders net. Now Dolly's got it pinned up against the wall just outside the zone. Crosser fires it forward. The Marauders take it. They'll dump it in. Wagner's back to chase. Behind the net, moves it forward. Off of Davis' stick and out to center ice. Davis will find it and throw it into the zone. Off the ref's foot, so it stays just inside the blue line. Marauders take that puck back. Now intercepted by Emery Crosser. She moves it forward between Barton's feet. The Marauders touch that puck, so no icing. Picked up in the corner by the Marauders, played up the half wall. Passed out to center ice. Pass to the outside, pass Dolly, shot, save Peterson, she'll cover. .25 remaining in the first period. Up over the far side wall by Crosser, but the Marauders step on to it. Moved up by Crosser out to the neutral zone. Akerson skates it in. Sneaks out past everybody. The Marauders bring it to the zone. Pushed towards the wall by Crosser, and Akerson will take the puck, skating it forward across center ice. Into the zone. Brings it to the far side, cuts back, trying to get on her forehand, loses the puck, but then it comes back to Hepner. She'll take a shot, it's deflected and goes to Emery. And the Marauders take the puck up the near side. Hagman stuffs into her and knocks her down. Crosser skates forward with the puck, brings it into the near side, hits the brakes along the half wall. Waiting for some help, now she'll dump it over towards Garner. Goes past Garner and around the end wall. Picked up in the corner by Hagelin. She pins it against the wall, now it moves forward. Pins out to Hepner at the point. She whiffs on the shot, but doesn't go anywhere. Garner rides that goal slower down. Now they dump it back into the zone, picked up by Crosser. Fired across to Hagelin. She tries to get past across, it gets to Balloon. Balloon into the zone, fires a shot high over the net. Picked up along the half wall, now played up on the Flyers line. Pass off of her skate. Now Balloon will bring it back in the zone. She fires a shot through the crease into the near side corner. Now the puck sneaks out of the zone past Wagner. Dollar chases her, gets that pass across. The Marauders shoot wide of the net. Played along the near side half wall. Played forward by Wagner. Hook pass. Deflected back into the zone offside. Crosser will take the draw out there with Akerson Barton. They just have pushed underneath their feet, and now it's chopped out of the zone by the Stars, and the Marauders take it at center ice. Pass intercepted by Akerson, she brings it into the zone. She goes down, knocks herself over. Wraparound attempt, puck sneaks out, now Wagner finds it, throws it towards the net, it goes wide of the net. Centered by Barton, now bounced back to Barton on that side of the net. Now the Marauders bring the puck to the far side wall. Long fence across off of Wagner, sticking right to the Marauders player. She'll bring it into the zone. She tries to center, but Wagner's there to block that one. Wagner fires that pass up to the near side. That's going all the way down for icing. All right, we've got Hagman, Garner, Balloon, Hepner, and Prosser out there for the Stars now. Puck pushed to the far side wall, picked up by Hepner, shoulder around along the wall. It's intercepted by the Marauders. Played back to the wall by Balloon, now back behind the net. Prosser will find it. She skates forward with it. To the neutral zone, moves it to Balloon up the far side. Balloon chips it into the zone, follows it. Leaves it there on the half wall for Hagman, but the Marauders find it. They try to clear the zone. Hepner keeps it in. She throws it towards the net. Goes on to the goalie, and she'll cover it. Tinker and Davis joining the action. Face-off sits underneath Balloon, the face-off ball. Now it's pulled out by the Marauders to the far side of the wall. Tinker gets to it, stops it there. Now comes over to Balloon. She skates forward with it, throws a shot just wide of the net. Puck moves to the corner where Tinker finds it, digs it out of the corner, centering pass, stopped by the Marauders in front. They're going to dump it out in the neutral zone. Hepner's going to skate back to it. Chips it out in the neutral zone, picked up by the Marauders and brought it outside. .59 remaining in the first period. A reminder, these are 17-minute periods with resurfacing after every 2 periods, so this game will once again be resurfaced after the second period. So a long break there. Face-off, pull back to Hepner. She skates forward out in the neutral zone with it. Puck comes to the blue line, turned away by the Marauders. Now it's back to Willa. Willa moves forward, skates across center ice, brings it into the near side of the zone, hits the brakes, makes a move, has it tipped off with her stick. Puck passed out by the Marauders in the neutral zone. They come up the far side with it. Dump it into the zone, into the corner. Picked up by Emery. She'll ring around the boards from Martinka. Goes past Martinka and all the way out. And it looks like the Marauders should have touched it. So no icing call. Puck intercepted by Wagner. Fires a shot wide of the net. Akerson throws him towards the net. It's intercepted by the Marauders. Pass comes out to the neutral zone. Wagner finds it. Throws it into the zone. Barton's going to chase. Goes out to the blue line. Held in by Dolly and then shipped back out by the Marauders. Towards Balloon, goes behind Balloon. And the Marauders get it. It's a D-to-D in their zone. Moving it forward up the far side wall. Puck brought into the blue line, into the zone. Pass to the outside. She couldn't handle that one, so it goes to the corner. Centered. Dolly's there for it. Moves it over to Akerson along the near side wall. Akerson skating across center ice. Passes across to Barton into the zone. Barton wide of the net. Akerson finds the rebound. Centers to Barton. She gets a shot at the flex wide of the net. Back to Barton beside the net. She centers to Balloon. Puck bouncing around just outside the crease. Now the Marauders bring it out. By Dolly. Gets it to Barton. She dumps it into the zone. Picked up by the Marauders and played to the far side out in the neutral zone. Wagner rides her into the boards. Puck flies free into the corner. Pass back out to Barton. Barton loses it in her feet. Turnover. Marauders with a chance there, but good stick on it by the Stars to move that puck back out in the neutral zone. Passed up by the Marauders. Dumped into the zone off a Balloon shin pad over the wall. Balloon banks off the wall. Passes it out to the Marauders player. Now centered right to the Marauders. Shot. Peterson turns that one over the corner. Right up the wall with a point again for the Marauders. Peterson right out her stick to the side of the net. Now picked up by Wagner. She's going to bang it off the wall right out to the point for the Marauders. Shot blocked by Barton. Puck stays in the zone. Shot through traffic. And the Marauders take a 1-0 lead with 3:22 remaining in the first period. Play forward by Will Prosser. Oppenheimer take that back in the zone. Push back in by the Marauders. Along the near side boards. Went down to the corner. Emery Prosser's going to win that race. She plays it over to Hepner. Hepner skates forward with it. Tries to make a pass. It's deflected up into the air, but Tinka picks it up, brings it into the zone. Fires a shot. Deflected by the goalie. Puck goes behind the net. Centered off the side of the net. Now Davis finds it. She plays it over to the corner into the ref's feet. Played out to the point. Held in by Prosser. She's going to fire a shot. Goes off of Emery, sticking wide of the net. Centering attempt by Emery. Comes back to her in the corner. Now Martinka behind the net, looking for a wraparound. Centers it. Goes under Davis's stick. Comes out to the point where Willa holds it in. Now they're trying to shovel it up the wall, but Davis and Prosser in there. Now it comes out to the point, in her feet, so Prosser's able to sneak over and keep that one in. Hits the brakes, fires a shot off the goal and turned to the corner. Picked up by Prosser in the corner, she plays it out towards the point. Ooh, neutral zone, picked up by Willa Prosser. She's going to fire it up to the far side. Akerson's going to skate over onto it, tries to leave it there for Barton and Prosser. The Marauders take it. She skates it in the zone, moves it between a couple people's feet. Now the puck comes up the near side boards. We got Barton and Akerson. Pass across to Akerson, backhand shot goes just wide of the net. Puck comes out, picked up by Balloon at the face-off dot. Just fires a shot, goalie saves. Puck comes to the near side corner. Dumped all the way down by the Marauders, and that'll be icing. Off from near side boards, comes out to Wagner at the point, she fires a shot, it hits a shin pad in front and drops down. The Marauders to take it. Skate forward with the puck, lay it off the far side wall. Wagner passes out into the neutral zone. The Marauders are there for it. Another play back in the star zone, back towards Wagner. Her pass deflects up into the air and stays in the zone. Now the Marauders skate forward with it. Dolly gets a stick on it, back out towards the point, but the Marauders hold it in. Puck goes behind the net. Picked up in the corner by the Marauders. The Stars have pressure on. Puck comes up the wall. Now sneaks out. Marauders skate forward with it. She makes a nice move. Holds that puck on her stick. Wagner can't get it out of the zone. Akerson finds it. She's going to throw it down the ice, and that'll go for icing. 36.9 seconds remaining in the first period, with the Marauders leading by 1. Off, pulled back by the Marauders, played out to the point to point pass, shot through traffic. Peterson finds it with her stick and plays it beside the net. Going up the near side boards towards Garner. She banks it off the wall, goes over to Hagman. Hagman across center ice into the zone with it. Fires a dribbling shot. Goalie turns away with her leg. Pushed over to the far side corner by the Marauders. Out of the neutral zone. Breakaway. Shot put on. Peterson turns it to the corner. Hepner pins out in the corner. Pulled out by the Marauders. Peterson saves. Another shot on. Peterson will save and cover. And that'll do it for the first period. Stars trailing 0-1. All right, back for second period action. Stars trailing 0-1. We've got Balloon, Akerson, Barton, Prosser, and Hepner out there for the Stars to start the second period. Balloon wins the draw back to Hepner. Hepner skates it forward, dumps it into the zone. The Marauders on the end wall. Balloon puts pressure on. Puck sneaks out of there just past Akerson's stick and into the corner. Played out into the neutral zone by the Marauders. Oh my God, Haley Olive. I don't know what you're doing here. Haley went to play it and missed it. It hit the pipe and then misplayed it again and then fell down on top of it. Whew. Bailey, we might have to talk to her about that one later. Oh my God. Thankfully it was just to the post, not even a shot on goal. Puck goes wide of the net, picked up behind the net by the Marauders. Backhand centering attempt. Peterson gets down, walks out beside the net, plays it out with her stick, goes back to the Marauder player in the corner. She's got it pinned up on the end wall. Prosser finds it. Her stick is stuck in the boards. Shot on goal. Shot from the point. Peterson finds it, covers, and we'll get a whistle. Willa had her stick stuck in the Zamboni door and wouldn't let it go. The ref finally helped her out with that. That was kind of him. Prosser out there as the forwards for the Stars. Prosser takes the draw back to herself, skates it up the far side, out into the neutral zone, across center ice, into the Marauder zone, pushing it forward through that girl's legs to the end wall. And so overskated, puck sits there, Garner moves it to the near side corner. Played out by Hagman's there to intercept. She centers it right to Garner. Garner gets a shot, it goes wide of the net. Puck played over towards Prosser, now comes past her into the wall. Hagman pins that girl up against the wall. Played out to the point, Dolly fires a shot wide of the net. To the far side, Garner chips out and back down behind the net. Prosser skates over, puts pressure on. Marauders played out into the neutral zone. That stops and piles snow, so Wagner throws it out towards Garner at center ice. Intercepted there at center ice and brought in offside. Up, put back by Balloon to Hepner. She'll skate forward with it. She moves it forward to Balloon. Balloon brings it into the zone on the near side wall. Has it tipped off of her stick and then she falls down on it to the corner. Pulled out by Davis and now chopped back to the corner. She plays it behind the net. And the Marauders are there to take it up the far side wall. Puck comes out to the point. Prosser fires a big floater. It goes to the near side corner. Brought in by Hepner, which can't get a shot off as her stick was lifted there. Puck bounces off of Hepner and into the Star zone, but Martinka's there to slow them down. Puck sitting in the feet. Brought behind the net by the Marauders. She's going to hit the brakes and fall down. Stands up, hits the side of the net. Brought up the near side wall by Balloon. She moves it forward to Davis. Off of Davis is sticking back to Balloon. Balloon into the zone. Lines, fires, save. Goalie leaves the rebound in the crease, and then she'll cover it. 13:57 remaining in the second period. Face-off, pulled back by Prosser, point. Wagner steps forward, fires a shot into the goalie's belly, and she'll hold on. Bouncer on the draw again. Peterson sits underneath the centers, pushed forward by the Marauders to the far side wall, now out into the neutral zone. They'll dump it in on net. Peterson kicks out into the corner. Now centered across, played up by Barton. The Marauders will take it, skating it back down towards the corner. Played out to the point. Now across, point-to-point pass. Shot through traffic. Peterson saves, turns it to the corner. Played out to the point again. The Marauders fire down the wall. Into the corner. Centered, but Akerson's there to steal it. Drop to Emery. Fires a shot wide of the net. Comes back to Akerson. Centered through everybody. And the net is off its moorings. The net has moved. For your next move, contact your local realtor. Face off, over the near side, past Akerson. Now comes out into the neutral zone, picked up by Prosser. She fires it forward, offside. Balloon wins the draw back, comes back to Heppner on the near side boards. Heppner trying to push it forward, dumps it into the zone. Picked up by the Marauders behind the net. Comes out to the point, held in by Willa. Bounces off the wall, and comes out into the neutral zone, picked up by the Marauders. They'll skate forward with it. Off the skate and on to Peterson. Balloon on the draw. Zemmer herself pushes it forward to the wall to herself. Now played by Hagland, but kept in by the Marauders. The far side wall. Played forward by Willa Prosser. The Marauders steal it. Skating it forward. Tries to center it through traffic, but it comes to the wall. Now running behind the wall. Behind the net. Picked up by Heppner. She plays it forward off of Hagland's skate. And it's held in the zone. Now it looks like it sneaked past that blue line. And Heppner skates forward with it. Skates past one. All the way to the far side. Has trouble with the puck. The Marauders take it. The Marauders have it at center ice. Pass to the near side. Brought into the zone. Heppner skates through her stick and takes that puck away. Played forward by Heppner, but held in the zone by the Marauders. She skates forward through the face-off dot with it. Centered. Shot just wide on that. Prosser backhands out at the wall, held him at the point by the Marauders. Back out to the point and out to the neutral zone. Goes down to the zone, picked up by Willa. Far side wall, Garner chops at it, but it stays in the zone. Willa tries to skate that one forward. Comes back to the blue line, but stays in. Stars are tired. Heppner moves that puck forward. It's intercepted by the Marauders. Now Balloon gets out in the neutral zone. Balloon tips it off the wall, but can't get to it. Now Davis brings it into the zone. Davis throws it on net, and the goalie will cover that one. 10:46 remaining in the second period. Stars trailing 0-1. Face up pulled back by Prosser, goes up past Wagner, but stays in the zone. And returns, fires a shot towards the net, tipped to front. Rebound off the goalie and rolls just wide of the net. Now played off the point, held in by Dolly. Dolly pushes it back to the corner. Picked up by the Marauders. They play it out to the point. Dolly holds it in. Hanks off the Marauders player, and now the Marauders have a 2-on-1. Pass across, and out of her reach and goes to the corner. By Wagner pins her up in the corner. Puck sneaks out of the corner. Martinka grabs it, skates forward, pushes it forward to Emery Prosser. Emery up the far side. Skates behind the net with it. Circles. Turns back. Backhand pass. Intercepted. Dumped out in the neutral zone by the Marauders. Back into the Star zone. Picked up by Dolly. She fires a pass out to the neutral zone. Comes out to Barton coming off the bench. Barton brings it in the zone and falls down. Played by the Marauders. All the way down for icing. 9:40 remaining in the second period. Marauders leading 1-0 over the Stars. Balloon wins the draw back to Hepner. Hepner tries to move over to Prosser. It's intercepted, knocked out in the neutral zone. Hepner skates forward at the puck. Up the far side wall. Into the corner. Centers it. Goes under Barton's foot. Held in by Akerson. Held in by Hepner. She tries to push that one towards the net. The Marauders intercept. Barton gets a stick on that clearing attempt. The near side wall, Hepner fires a shot off of Barton. Now back out in the neutral zone. Picked up by Balloon. She moves it back to Hepner. Hepner goes down on the keep with that girl. The ref blows the whistle for safety as two girls were laying on top of the puck and he didn't want either of them to get speared. Also pushes that face-off forward. Tipped by Garner into the zone. Garner's knocked off of it by the Marauders. Played up the far side, held in by Prosser, kept in the zone by Garner. Let the Marauders will take it, move it out into the neutral zone, pass off of her skate. She'll skate forward into the zone with it. She fires a shot, it deflects, bounces off of Peterson's leg and into the corner. Prosser rings it up the boards, out to the neutral zone. Emery's going to have it. Emery into the zone with it, fires a shot, goalie saves and covers. Off, push the far side wall by Balloon, passed out to Dolly. Dolly chips it up the wall. Davis finds it, brings it to the corner, moves it forward to Balloon. Balloon has it tipped off with her stick. It gets back to it. Centers, goes through the crease and out to the Marauders. Bounces out to Dolly. Dolly tries to throw it in. Played out by the Marauders to the neutral zone, picked up by Wagner. Wagner's pass across ice to Davis. Davis finds it, brings it into the zone. Skates towards the net, fires a shot high and wide in the net. Comes all the way up to Wagner at the point. Wagner tries to get a shot, hits her stick on the other girl's stick. Centered, shot by Balloon wide of the net. Dolly dives deep into the zone, pushes that puck down to the corner. Martinka has it along the end wall. Centers off the goalie's stick. Marauders need to go puck forward. Dump it into the zone. They'll chase behind the net. Wagner goes and finds it. She moves it forward to Davis. Davis skating up through the neutral zone, moves it towards Martinka. Martinka didn't see that one coming. Puck goes down the corner. Got by the Marauders, but Wagner's there to keep it in. She fires a shot. It tips. Goes right over to Emery at the back door. She couldn't quite get a stick on it. The Marauders cleared it out. Held in the zone by Barton. Puck sitting just inside the blue line. Barton skates onto it. Now it's kicked. Goes over to the line, but Wagner's there. She dumps it in deep. Marauders chase after it. Now Emery finds it. Gets it out to the point for Wagner. Wagner fires a shot. Puck's behind the net. And the Marauders finally touch the puck, and we'll get a whistle for a penalty. 6:33 remaining in the second period. Stars are going their first power play of the day. High sticking the call against Roseville Mahtomedi Marauders. 2-minute penalties. 6:33 remaining in the second. Stars trailing by 1. Prosser pulls the draw back to the point to Prosser. She fires a soft one forward. The Marauders catch it. And now she fires it again. It comes back. The Marauders take it. Skates back onto it. Still back. Skate up the far side. Taken away from Wagner. Get forward. Intercepted there. Prosser's going to go to the box. And we'll have a minute 37 of 4-on-4 hockey. Roughing the call on Willa. Barton takes the draw for the Stars here on this 4-on-4 action. Pulls it back. Wagner skates behind the net. Moves it forward, looking for Barton off of Barton's skate, not to the neutral zone. Marauders skate back into their zone with it. Marauders skate forward, back into the neutral zone. Barton's chasing back. Getting back check pressure. Pins her up against the wall. Puck comes over to Wagner on the far side. Wagner skates up the wall. Centers it off of Akerson's stick and into the corner. Puck coming up this near side wall. Barton steps away, fires a shot, hits the crossbar and out. Out to the point for Wagner. Fires a shot off the goalie's blocker and out in front of her. Puck up the far side wall. Akerson stops that one there. She tries to center. And the Marauders take it out in the neutral zone. Pinned up there, but Wagner gets back to the puck. Moves it forward to Akerson up the far side. Akerson makes a move around one. Tries to get it back to Wagner. Balloon steps in on it. Fires a shot. Blocker save. Rebound comes to Akerson. She scores! Balloon to Akerson. Rebounded off the goalie's blocker and into the net. 4-on-4. And it remains 4-on-4 action here. Tied up at 1. Garner brings the puck in, centers, off a balloon, rebounds right back to her. Marauders get the puck up the far side. Pass deflected by Garner, she falls down. I know you like when I say that, Layla. Balloon brings the puck up the near side. She tries to fire a shot, it deflects wide and hits the back wall. Puck laid out to the point, but held in by Wagner. Steps around one, can't find it on her feet. Now she fires a shot, goalie saves, leaves the rebound. Comes just wide of the net. Puck moved up the near side wall. Pass out to the middle, Wagner's there for it. Wagner doesn't get much on it, but sits there for Garner to come find. Stars on the penalty kill now for 6 seconds. Puck comes just out into the neutral zone. Marauders with numbers bring it to the zone. Chops at it, it bounces up, hits Emery, and sits there. Now found by Garner. Garner skates forward with it. Garner plays it up to the Marauder zone. They'll find it there though. Move it back to the Star zone. Dumped into the zone, picked up by Emery in the corner. Emery hits the brakes, moves to the far side over to Wagner. Wagner finds it in the corner, banks it off the wall to Tinka. The Marauders take it back. That goes to the far side. Wagner skates the Wagner and knocks her down. Now Wagner rings it around the boards. Dolly's going to have to hustle to get there. Ridden off to the boards. Puck comes out to the point, shot wide of the net by the Marauders. Rebound comes to the far side. Picked up on the far half wall, centering attempt. Dolly's there to get a stick on it. Now she chops it out into the neutral zone, picked up by the Marauders. She'll dump it in. Wagner's going to go find that in the far corner. She turns, fires, her pass deflected, clearing attempt deflected, now stolen from Hagelin. Backhand shot goes wide of the net. And the net comes off. You hear the tink of the skate blade hitting the post. Take the draw. Hands that face off over to Hepner along the near side wall. Hepner gets pinned up against the wall though. Marauders step out with it, and then it's intercepted there by Hepner. She plays it forward out in the neutral zone. Marauders find it, fire it off the glass. Good use of the glass there twice in a row by the Marauders. Now Akerson skates up through the neutral zone and into the Marauders zone. Drop pass for Balloon goes through her feet. The Marauders bring it back. Good patience by Balloon there to wait for Akerson to get out of the zone. Now the Marauders take the puck. She comes in, she gets ridden off of it by about 4 of the Stars players and dumped back out into the neutral zone. Deep pass, move forward up the far side by the Marauders and dumped into the zone. Willow's back to grab it. She hits the brakes, again. Puck played up the near side wall to Barton. Barton fires it across to Akerson, off Akerson sticking into the zone. Tipped by the Marauders and left there. They'll find it and skate it back out in the neutral zone. Pass to center ice. Deflected off the crosser. Just held outside of the zone there by the Marauders. And now I'm back behind the net behind Peterson. 1:45 remaining in the second period. Tied up at 1 here. Emery has that puck taken out of her stick. The Marauders skate forward with a shot off of Peterson's arm and wide of the net. Puck played out to the point by the Marauders. They'll dump it back in. Picked up by Prosser behind the net. She moves it forward. Pressure put on there by Akerson. Puck stays in the zone. Now move forward by the Marauders. She's going to skate it off the wall. Centering attempt goes through everybody up to the near side. Right out to the point. Point to point. She skates forward with it. Akerson smacks her. Knocks her down. Run along the boards. 1 minute remaining in the period. Picked up by the Marauders in their zone. Intercepted by Prosser. She can't get a shot. Puck sits there in the slot. Comes forward to Martinka. It's knocked off her stick. Now Wagner gets a shot. Deflects in front. Prosser with the rebound try. Puck's bouncing around under the goalie, behind the goalie, and in the net! In the net! That puck bounced over her leg and sat behind her until it knocked in. It bounced right over top of her leg with all the tapping in front of it. Stars take a 2-1 lead for their first lead of the tournament. 44 seconds remaining in the second period. Balloon will take the draw for the Stars. Throws it back to Dolly. Dolly moves it to Wagner. Wagner back to Dolly. Knocked out into the zone by the Marauders. Played forward to Davis. Davis tips it into the zone, into the corner. Picked up by the Marauders. Played up the near side wall. Davis finds it. Tries the center. It bounces off the shin pad and back to the wall. 20 seconds remaining in the period. Puck played to the far side by the Marauders. They've got a 2-on-1. Good stick by Wagner to slow that down. Now knocked out into the neutral zone by the Marauders. 10 seconds remaining. They'll dump that one in. Goes all the way down to the corner. Bloom finds the corner, rings it up to Davis. Davis has it taken off of her stick there on the wall. Played towards the net, and Wagner will hold on to that one to finish up the period. Stars with a 2-1 lead after 2 periods. We'll have a 15-minute intermission for resurfacing, and then we'll be back. And hi, Poppy Joe, if you're watching. All right, back for third period action here. Stars lead 2-1 going into third period. 17-minute periods. Fresh ice after a nice zam. Zamboni has to go outside to dump, and then he lives right over there by the edge of the ring. Poppy Joe, are you watching lots of hockey right now? Prosser will take the draw with Akerson and Barton out there with her. She pulls it back to herself, gets it over to Akerson. Akerson tries to load up the near side, but it's intercepted by Marauders. Now they're played into the zone, but Hepner's there for it. Hepner up the far side wall. Barton's pass off the back of Prosser's skate. Now moved out in the neutral zone. Prosser finds it at center ice. As it tipped off of her stick, she'll skate it back. Passes it forward to Akerson. Akerson has it tipped off of her stick. And the Marauders move it forward and dump it down into the zone. Hepner pulls that out of the corner. Pushes it forward to Barton. Barton pass across. Looking for Akerson. Bounces off the boards and goes wide. Puck comes up the near side wall. Barton steps in, steal down, tries to center, it deflects and goes out. Picked up by Hepner at the point. She throws it towards the net. Back to Hepner. Tosses it towards the net off of Barton's skate behind the net. Marauders move the puck up the far side. Comes out to the neutral zone. Picked up by Wagner. She's going to throw it in offside. Hagelin and Garner moving out there for forwards and Stars. Balloon will take the draw. She throws it back. Played back into the zone. Picked up by Wagner. Wagner off the boards to Hagelin. Off Hagelin sticking forward. Garner chasing. Sneaks just past Hagelin and out in the neutral zone. We got a 3-on-1 coming. Balloon back checking. Gets under her stick. That girl does a great job of controlling that puck. Now Balloon skates it out to the neutral zone. Puck sneaks out. Hagelin grabs it. Brings it across center ice and into the zone. Puck in the corner. Marauders skate up behind their net. Pressure put on by Balloon. Gets that puck over to Garner. Out to the neutral zone and down for icing. Prosser will take the draw. She's out there with Davis and Martinka. Prosser and Hepner is the D pair. That pulled back. Prosser has it at the point. Wines, fires a shot. Bouncing into the crease, up into the goalie's belly, and she'll hold on to it. Prosser wins the draw back. Martinka and Prosser looked at each other. Nobody took the puck. Now the Marauders bring the puck in the zone, split the D. Prosser gets back to it, throws it out into the neutral zone. Picked up by the Marauders and brought into the zone. Prosser tries to get that out into the neutral zone, but it stops there. Now Martinka bangs it off the wall, gets it up. Oh, just under Emery Prosser's stick. The Marauders play it off the near side wall, but Davis is there for it. She throws it into the corner. Picked up by the Marauders behind the net. Hagelin tries for a backhand shot. It's deflected and goes to the near side wall. Picked up by Wagner. Throws it forward. Back to Wagner at the point. Now down to Prosser. Prosser skates out of the corner with it. And off the net. Looks for a wraparound. Off the goalie. Puck comes back towards her into the far side corner. Good stick there by Dollar to pull down. Right back to the Marauders and out in the neutral zone. Good stick by Wagner to stop that one in the neutral zone. She'll push it forward. And down in the Star zone. Picked up by Dolly. Dolly fires a pass up. And Barton brings it in the zone. Dumps it to the far corner. Akerson gets to it. Moves it back towards Barton. Barton has it along the envelope. Pinned up by two Marauders. Puck comes up to the near side. And the Marauders have it on the half wall. Pressured by Balloon. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. Played forward by Wagner and into the zone. Barton giving chase, putting pressure on, pins that goalie behind the wall. Puck comes out, Akerson backhand attempt off the goalie, comes out to Wagner in front, right in the slot, bounces back to the far corner. Puck out to the wall, played out by the Marauders in the neutral zone. Picked up by Wagner in the defensive zone, chip fired forward to Akerson. Akerson has it come off of her stick, and the Marauders take it back into their zone. By the Marauders. Balloon gets to it, puts pressure on. And Balloon finds it, skating it up into the zone. Pulls it wide, looking for a centering pass to Akerson to bounce off a skate. Now held in the corner by the Marauders. Up the far side of the wall, Hector steps in the corner, keep it in, pops out. Picked up by Hagelin, she moves it over to Prosser. Prosser moving forward with it. She falls down, keeps the puck moving forward underneath her. Now it comes in offside off of Garner's foot. I don't believe it's possible. It feels like it's got bit by a mosquito on the ankle. 12:29 remaining in the third period. Face-off sits underneath the centers. The Marauders will come away with it. The far side wall. Into the Stars zone. Stick check there from Hepner. Stops that puck along the boards. Puck pushed out. Emery Prosser's going to skate back onto it. She skated behind our net, and she has it tipped off of her stick. Left there behind the net. Now picked up by Hepner. Hepner moves it forward, looking for Garner. It fires it out, and it's intercepted. Now dump back in. Offside's the call. Balloon's out there with Davis and Martinka. Face off one by Balloon. Played in by Wagner. Pass intercepted. Martinka chips it off the far wall. Now it's played up to the blue line and out in the neutral zone. Pass volley. Balloon skates back onto it with a great back check there. Puck bounces up in the air and back from the Marauders player. She pushes it just wide of the net. Picked up by Wagner, moves it forward to Martinka. Martinka's pass across the Balloon off of her stick over to Davis. Davis across center ice. Flips that puck in. On the near side wall. Wagner fires a shot. Gets it to Balloon. Balloon behind the net, hits the brakes. Turns, fires, hits the goalie. Rebound, bounces, and short cover. Prosser will take the draw. Wins it over to Akerson. Akerson has it tipped off of her stick, and Marauders take it. Good stick check from Barton. Gets that puck over to Wagner. She throws it in offside. Face off from the center ice, because that's where she threw that puck from. Prosser wins the draw to the near side. Wagner picks it up, moves it forward to Akerson. Akerson chops it in. Picked up by the Marauders behind their net. Up the wall. Out to the point. Dolly throws on. Tip. Bounces in front of the goalie and in! Dolly to Barton on the goal. And the Stars take a 3-1 lead. Face off one by Prosser, back to Prosser. She spins, tries to throw a pass, and hits the Marauders player in front of her. Now back into the Star zone, picked up by Hepner, move forward. Barton throws it and hits a Marauders player. Goes all the way down. Akerson's the first one to it. Tries to center it. Picked off by the Marauders. Played up the wall. Pass deflected. Hepner gets a stick on it. Now bounces off of her leg. She'll play it back forward in the neutral zone. That's intercepted by Prosser here. She dumps it off the boards and into the zone. Henry gets to it. And we get an icing call. Sam raising a ruckus in the crowd. The ref turned and talked to her. Hepner moves it forward to Garner. Garner can't get it out of the zone, but it comes back to Hepner, who plays it forward. Now it's back to Prosser. Prosser moves it forward underneath Hagen's feet. Marauders play it back through the neutral zone up the far side. Hepner gets a stick on it, but it goes back to the Marauders. She tries to skate through, gets through two of them. Peterson saves and she'll cover. 9:46 remaining in the third. Stars on top, 3-1. Face off, pulled back to the corner to Dolly. Dolly hits the brakes in the corner, moves it forward to Davis. Davis leaves the puck there to the Marauders along the far side wall. Now dump down the corner. He's going to chip it up off of that player and stays right there. Now Balloon throws out in the neutral zone. The Marauders touch it, no icing. Tinka putting pressure on. The Marauders hit the brakes. Back up the far side wall, off of her skate, bounces over to Martinka, who plays it to the wall. Now the Marauders try to get out of the neutral zone successfully. She's going to come into the zone. Good back check by Balloon. She is ridden off that puck, and the puck goes to the end wall. Good stick check from Balloon there. Shot block from Martinka, knocks that one to the corner. Centered, cleared out of there by Dolly. Played out to the point. Marauders skates past one, past two. Fires a shot, it deflects high over the net. Puck comes up the near side boards. Balloon skating forward with it into the neutral zone. Brings it into the zone, pulls it back for a forehand, skates to the far side. Slows it down. Looks to center to Akerson, backhand, deflects wide of the net. Marauders come out with it. Pass deflects off a Balloon. Akerson tries to get a shot, falls down. Prosser fires a shot just outside. Puck put off the side of the net there. Barton gets to it behind the net. Pulls it back, tries to get to Akerson, goes to Prosser. She hits the side of the net and bounces to the near side corner. Picked up by the Marauders along the near side wall. Played out across center ice. Good stretch pass. Good stick from Hepner to separate her from that puck. Moves it forward to Barton. Barton's got it at her feet. Goes into the zone. Prosser gets in, put a stick on it to keep it in the zone. Now comes out of the zone. Played back in by Barton offside. Up, by Prosser. Barton got it back to Prosser. Thrown in. Icing the call. Face off, come back in the star zone. Looks like to the right side of Peterson. Prosser will take the draw. Pulls it to the near side boards. Willis gets up to it, but the Marauders take it into the corner. Centered through everybody. Comes back to Hepner, pushes it out into the neutral zone. Oh, nice. Prosser will take the draw to the left side of Peterson. She wins it to to the far side board. Play forward by Hepner, right up to the point. Marauders shoot it wide of the net. Comes over to Garner on the near side boards. She's going to skate forward with it. Uses the boards, get it to the neutral zone. Forward into the Marauder zone. Comes up to the neutral zone, picked up by Wagner. Wagner skates it along the red line over to the far side into the zone. Fires a shot. Goalie saves it with a blocker, puts the rebound out. Balloon steps in to grab it. And then skates it down behind the net. Puck sitting there on the half wall. Pulled off the wall. Balloon pushes it forward to herself. Fires a shot off the side of the net and deflects to the back wall. Up to the point for Dolly. Dolly fires a shot wide of the net. The rebound comes towards the near half wall. Picked up by Balloon. Skated to the corner, which is ridden off by the Marauders. Way to the far side. Dolly sneaks in. Keeps that one low. Now the Marauders pass intercepted by Davis. She throws a shot on a rebound. Put back by Balloon just wide of the net. Had the goalie moving the wrong direction. Now another shot from Dolly. Bounces up in the goalie.
There you go! Let her hit that goalie.
Puck pulled back by the Marauders. Behind the net. Pressure by Barton. Emery steps in and grabs that puck. Centers it out to Wagner. Wagner can't get a shot off. Puck sits underneath her. She goes back to get a stick on it. Now the Marauders streaking down the ice. Played off of Dolly's foot into the corner.
Jump up!
Dolly rides her to the boards and knocks her down. Pulls it back past one. Lays it out to her D and out to the neutral zone. Picked up by the Marauders at center ice. Played back across the near side. Pushed forward by the Marauders and into the zone. Picked up by Emery. Emery hits the brakes. Throws it back up to the neutral zone. Barton's waiting there at center ice. Barton brings it into the zone. Pulls it back to her forehand. Tries to get a shot. Falls down. Slides it wide. Nets on. I don't know if the refs are watching whether the net's in place or not this game. .5:30 remaining in the third period here. Stars leading in shots on goal 25-12. Scoreboard shows 3-1 in favor of the Stars. Balloon will take the draw. Goes it to the far side boards. The Marauders take it. Move behind the net. Puck sneaks past Prosser and out to the neutral zone. Prosser skates back onto it. Centered. Puck's bouncing around. Balloon finally gets a hold of it. Tries to get it out in the neutral zone. Puck sits just inside the zone. Now it comes out. Puck along the boards. A little physicality from both sides here, knocking each other down against the boards. Prosser on the draw. Puck sits underneath her. Now it sneaks out past her. Martinka finds it. Skates up the near side wall. Lays it through the neutral zone for icing. .46 remaining in the third. Face-off, sits underneath Prosser. She pulls it back to the corner for Prosser. Willa puts the brakes behind the net. Now the Marauders take it. Puck sneaks over to Hepner. She plays it forward. Off and Davis is sticking out to the neutral zone. Goes in the corners. Marauders play it up along the wall. Play out in the neutral zone. Prosser gets a stick on it. Takes it away. Skates it into the zone offside.
Intentional. Intentional.
Marauders take the puck back in the defensive zone. Pass to the middle and out to the far side. 2-on-1 situation here. Good back check from the Wagner. Back in position. Shot, deflects in front, turned, fired, blocked there by Barton. Puck out to the point from the Marauders. Another block by Barton. Should play it off of the wall out in the neutral zone. Malone gets a stick on that goal, so she can't clear the puck, but now she gets it out to the blue line. Wagner gets a stick to slow it down. And the Marauders bring it into the zone, passed across. Wagner shot and a goal. And now it's a 3-2 game. Stars on top. 3:37 remaining in the third period. Timeout called by the Marauders. All right, back for the final 3:37 of this third period. Stars leading 3-2. Marauders just scored their second goal. Face off, sits underneath the center's feet, pushed forward by Barton. Now Barton gets it into the Marauder zone. Comes back out to the neutral zone and offside. .3:27 remaining in the third. Face off, pulled to the near side. Akerson gets it into the zone and dumps it in deep. Puck goes behind the net, picked up by the Marauders. They'll pull it up, but it's intercepted by Emery. She fires a shot, it deflects high and bounces right next to the net. Emery skates into that girl, slows the puck down, out to the point, held in by Willa. She'll roll it down in the corner, picked up by Emery behind the net, skated. Pass off the foot of the Marauders player. Puck intercepted there, going back towards the Marauders. Akerson's going to find it and bring it into the zone. Wines fires, goalie saves, drops the rebound outside of the crease. The Marauders will take it and stay up the far side of the net. Hepner can't play that one, so it comes out to the neutral zone. Puck sneaks through, but Wagner pulls it out to the neutral zone. Brought in by the Marauders, offside. 2:33 remaining in the third. Face off, push to the far side, into the zone, held in by the Marauders. Peterson's going to cover that one. We'll get a whistle. Face off with 2:26 remaining. Face off sits on the blue line. She backhands it out towards the blue line. Held in by the Marauders. Dumped to the end wall. Play back towards Garner on the near side wall. She banks it off the wall. Can't get it out. Back to Wagner. Wagner passes across to Dolly. Dolly fires it, but it's intercepted by the Marauders and held into the zone. Wagner finds it in the corner. Plays it behind the wall to Dolly. Dolly fires it forward off a glove and now played out into the neutral zone by the Stars. Garner racing for it. Marauders got to that one behind their own net with it. Played up the near side wall. Pass across. Dolly skating over to it. Centering attempt. Peterson drops down, but Wagner will block that before it got to her. Comes out to the point. Now push back to the corner. Wagner. And Marauders have pulled their goalie. That's pinned up in the corner. Marauders step off the wall with it. Bring it towards the slot. Through a bunch of feet. Bouncing around. Behind the net. Centered. Picked up by Wagner. She's going to throw it down. That's going to go for icing. 1:09 remaining in the third. Marauders with an empty net. Crosser wings that one over to Hepner on the far side wall. Hepner tries to get it out of the zone, but the Marauders intercept. Hands it back to the point, now down to the corner. Centering attempt, blocked by Crosser. She rings it around the boards, comes out to the other side for the Marauders point. Puck down to the corner for the Marauders. Up the wall. Escape, passing across the blue line. Shot through traffic, bounces down in front. Peterson's right position, puck goes just over the net. Puck comes through. Marauders keep it in. To the corner. Now out to the point. Push down in the corner by the Marauders. Hepner finds that puck in the corner. Now it's banked off the wall and comes out to the point. Shot deflects wide of the net. Picked up by Crosser. She's going to fire forward off of Dickerson's skate. Now Hepner backhands it out to Barton. Barton gets it just out of the zone. Trying to bring it back in the zone. It's tipped back by Barton. 6 seconds remaining. Crosser fires one. Glove save there by the defenseman, and that'll do it. The Stars will take a 3-2 victory. You're welcome, Brady. Glad you guys could watch. Peyton Akerson got the Player of the Game award for the Stars with 1 goal and 2 assists. And we'll be back tonight, and we'll see if we can get audio working for our second game of the day. Never mind, Elizabeth Balloon got player of the game.